Hello everybody, this is Marty Smith, PokerCalculatorReport.com. Wanted to show you a few hands where I thought initially that, I was making the right play, but you got to make some moves based on, stack size and profiling that you got going on. Here I have Ace King in middle late position. Everyone folds to me, so I raise 3 times the blind. And lo and behold, on the button, I've got a gambler who I've been tangling with. He took a few chips from me throughout this tournament, but I've been playing him pretty tight. It's just that now I got this ace king. I get nothing on the flop, and I checked. He put out a feeler bet, and my initial reaction was to fold, but then I decided, based on his bet, that it was also a good opportunity to shove it all in. And that's what I did because it really looked like a feeler bet. I could have guessed that he was going to bet out. He's a gambler. He could very well have nothing. The pot's now 4,400. I think this was good timing for me, but again, it's a marginal situation for me. I'm just so out of the money here right now that it's time to start moving up. I was pretty much perturbed at this guy who, look at that, calls with pocket threes on that flop. I need some help. I don't get it. He made somebody here in the at the table said he made a good call. I don't know if that was a good call. Um, he had to call another 2,000 chips. Both plays on both sides of this hand, I could say, were marginal plays. Sometimes hands at this stage of the tournament, they're just not so clear cut, and you just got to move on, get over it, get to your next tournament. I think it was more of a mistake on my part, so I just got to forget about it. Okay, here I am late in a tournament in another hand, and I have pocket aces in the small blind. When it comes around to me, a player in late position with, you guessed it, gambler icon. He has every stat going against him here, except his balance, which is up 3,000 chips in the last few hands. These pocket aces against a gambler, and against a gambler who raised me, and a gambler in the small blind could be played either way. You could just call this hand to try and keep both players in, or you can shove. And I think shoving is going to get a call from this guy anyway because his stats are so ridiculous. VPIP is 47%, pre-flop raise 24%, aggression factor 5.0. So give me a break. I think if I re-raise here, I'm going to get a call from at least one of these guys. And that's what I decide to do, but I also think that you could call here. So this is one of those situations where you'd be looking to really move up in the tournament because at this point I'm so far behind. I'm 369 out of 428. So I think either play is acceptable here, but I just had a hate on for this guy, so I wanted to shove it all in because I figured he was going to call no matter what. So this guy falls. A lot of players often don't take into account a small stack and what it really means in getting behind a hand, and that was, a big error on his part. I just would have completely dropped that because of the fact that he had 2 short stacks behind him. Now here's the exact situation I was talking about. It's late in the tournament. I'm orange gem zone. I actually have enough chips here where I should have raised here, but I just felt like slow playing. I rarely do this, but I really needed to advance in the tournament. I'm down to 1,500 chips. Look at the guy in the small blind has 10,000. There's also 3 gamblers behind me, so I was hoping for some action here. And actually somebody did raise. I still decided to call. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just thought it was a great opportunity here to triple up or get the hell out of the tournament. Again, I'm so far behind, so far out of the money. I just felt like donking about here. This is a very marginal situation, but I was inviting, absolutely inviting, this third guy to come in. Still, against 2 opponents, I'm a strong favorite. But you see a flop like that? Wow. Aces. If you're holding aces or kings, you just don't want to see a flop like that. So I'm committed anyway. Hopefully the guy's on a draw. pot's now 3,400. Going to be nearly 4,000, so it's close to a triple up for me if I hold on. Sometimes I just want to show you some of these marginal situations that I get in. Not necessarily the best decisions or the best hands that I've played, but these happen all the time, and you got to learn to live with them. He hits two pair. What a wanker. Tried to re-raise the short stack with Jack 7. Hey, sometimes those guys get paid off. Okay, marginal hands, marginal situations. It happens to us all. Shake 'em off. Doesn't necessarily mean it was a mistake, but something for you to think about after your tournament. Did I make the right move? Don't beat yourself up over it, but go back, look at that hand, and come to grips with it. Why did you do it? Should you have done something else? And what would have been the benefit of playing differently? Those are just some hands. I'm sure you get into them too, where you can look at them later on and try and figure out what the hell you were doing, if you actually made the right move, what you could do differently next time, or hey, if you've come to terms with it and you figure out you actually did the right move, with the right information. All right, gang. It's Marty Smith for PokerCalculatorReport.com. Hey, don't forget, Tournament Indicator. If you don't got it, try your 48-hour free trial download. Ciao.